In Hong Kong, city volunteers visited local residents living in cage homes, bringing them warmth in the cold. In India, nearly 40% of the population is vegetarian, and the secret is within the delicious vegetarian recipes. Welcome to DaAi Headlines, I'm Hu Chiao. Glad to have you here. During the epidemic, city volunteers distributed care packages to cage home residents. As winter is approaching, volunteers went to visit cage home residents again to conduct a survey, getting ready for the winter distribution.
Living in just a tiny space, this photo with a Tzu Chi volunteer has to be posted on the wall. Living in cage homes, residents cherish the friendship with Tzu Chi volunteers very much.
They are really caring and treat us, the lower class group, with their heart. Some volunteers are not like this. If you say a few more words, they would think you talk too much, yet you are not the same. You would try to merge into our life, like there are silets, cockroaches, and even mice in cage homes. You're all willing to stay for 1 or 2 hours, and although there is no elevator in the building, you still bring rice and other supplies up and give it to us. These are all because of your kindness.
Soaking eggs in the salty water can save money and consume in several meals. Only when they have income, they have food to eat, yet not all of them have a job to do. At the end of the year, volunteers went to cage homes in Mangkou to conduct a survey, getting prepared for winter distribution soon.
In Taiwan's Keelung, an apartment on the 5th floor of Zhongzheng District caught on fire. The homeowner happened to be a long-time Tzu Chi recipient. When the fire first happened, volunteers immediately mobilized to help clean up the debris. The bureau head also came to help, hoping to speed up the recovery for the homeowner.
被火已经跑到我家进来了，我真的那时候我真的傻了啦，我不知道怎么办。师姐就说不用紧了，我尽量帮忙你，你不要想那么多。
When the fire was still going on at around 3 or 4, city volunteers also showed up to care for the disaster victim. They handed out 10,000 NT dollars to each involved as emergency relief and helped them find a place to stay.
The 5th floor and above were all destroyed by the fire. There were tons of wooden items and furniture which needed to be cleared out. Tzu Chi mobilized 55 people to help. Mr. Guo, a former care recipient, provided 100 rice sacks to pay the lead forward.
Tzu Chi sisters cared for me during my lowest point, and later they called asking me if I could help. Since I only know how to do manual labor, I came to lend my strength.
He had to prepare 100 snacks, and I asked how much the snacks were. He said 100. I said, wow, you are so kind. He was so happy to hear that. I said, yes, I can donate it.
The items from the 5th and 6th floors are difficult to transport down. Often professional equipment is needed, but Tzu Chi had 60 people here to manually move everything down. It took the whole morning, but they did it.
The borough head also brought over a recycling truck to help the final removal process.
They helped clean what could be salvaged. I'm so happy with it. Thank you, Tzu Chi.
This fire has left many deflated, but thanks to the love in the community, the disaster survivors are ready to face the path of recovery.
In Nantou, a family was unable to pay for water and electricity bills, as for 10 years, they lived without these utilities. In order to live, they used waste firewood for cooking and boiling water. Upon noticing their situation, Tzu Chi people launched an assistance program, hoping to help improve the family's living environment.
周先生，周先生，我有点有那个给我。应该人今天不在。真的？一年了，我去哪里？我有点有那个讲嘞。周先生，没得，哎，没得。
一看就知道，对呀，上锁了，门上锁，啊，那个狗牵来这边，会不会去镇上啦？会不会到镇上去？会不会去买？可能出去买东西，一下子就回来。对，但他太太在家。
当初的话就是
At the beginning, it was because of 3 of them were going to Sichuan Hospital to see a doctor. His son's face was yellow. He squatted under the stop sign and said he was going for chemotherapy. I said, "Where do you live?" He said he lives in Ailiao. He said Dashigong. I couldn't believe he lived in Dashigong, right in my town of Jiji. Why didn't I know there was a case? As a result, we came the next day. When we looked at their environment, it wasn't a place where people should live. The maze was terrible.
那个脏乱哦，实在是太可怕了。我有点有那个给我。应该人今天不上，先来这边，去镇上了。
If I pull it down, I'm afraid it will break. The township office said they are responsible and they will come to pull it. If I do it myself and it goes wrong, they won't fix it. Next, it is the problem of the street lamp.
I want to bring 2 of them to city recycling station so that they have a purpose for a day. I will also ask my county government whether it is possible to ask someone to deliver food for them. We need to figure out a way not to let them cook. His wife's mental condition is not good, right? In the event of a fire breaking out, it would not be good for them.
It's much brighter inside now. Otherwise, I couldn't see what was inside before. Light can shine through this hole. Your home is now much brighter inside. Otherwise, it was so dim and dark.
我们有时候要开导他，开导他说。
We sometimes have to enlighten him. After enlightening him, we have to help force him. We will continue to contact social workers of the county government again, check again, and ask the neighbor if he is drinking too much. I just hope that the social workers of the county government will work hard like us. We hope that he can start a normal life.
A recent survey found that people began to increase the proportion of vegetarian diets in their daily diets. In India, nearly 40% of the population is vegetarian. Local people have already regarded vegetable eating as part of their daily lives. The secret of the deliciousness of Indian cuisine is their specialty spices. Let's take a look.
Freshly baked Indian chapati with various colors of special curry sauce. This is an authentic Indian cuisine, or rely on local spices to add points.
This cardamom comes from southern India. I use 2 pieces of cardamom, and the curry will be delicious. But if I use ingredients from other countries, Even if I use 3 or 4 seeds and it won't taste good, because the temperature and water in some production areas are more suitable for growing certain spices.
Only the chef knows which spice and how much to add. This veggie Indian restaurant has been open for more than 5 years and is nearly full every day.
No one in Taiwan sells veggie Indian food. I spent about 3 or 4 months trying out cooking at home and then designing the menu. Then I opened the shop. If the customers know the chefs eat meat, they will complain about that, which is not good for business. So our chefs here are all vegetarians.
I didn't like turmeric rice in the past, but after eating it, I liked it.
These dishes are not what we usually cook at home. When our sisters eat something delicious, they make a note of it and share it with others.
As soon as the dish is on the table, first take pictures and share them on the social media. The charm of the veggie food has attracted more and more people to respond. According to the Google Trends analysis, searches for keywords related to vegetarian recipes increased significantly during the pandemic.
I'm not a vegetarian, but because the restaurant is very close to my work, I came to eat with my friends for lunch and found it refreshing. If it is easily accessible, we will prioritize vegetarian food for meals.
At the beginning of this year, the survey found that 18% of Buddhist respondents began to increase the population of the vegetarian diet during the pandemic, and 40% of those who ate out changed to plant-based meat options. In India, nearly 40% of the population is vegetarian. The habit of eating a vegetarian diet has gone on for 3,000 years.
Indians believe that vegetarian food has its own taste and does not imitate the taste of meat. Therefore, vegetarianism is a very important part of their daily lives.
It may be difficult to switch from an omnivore diet to an herbivore diet. However, in recent years, it has been proposed internationally that more plant-based foods are healthier to the body and more environmental friendly to the planet.
In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, 4-year-old Louis insists on being a vegetarian because he likes animals. It didn't take long for him to switch from eating meat to going meatless. Moving on, he gradually influenced people around him to adopt a vegetarian diet. If you don't eat animals, they won't be killed. If you eat, they'll be slaughtered.
In fact, I usually cook 1 meal of meat and 1 meal of fish for him. Slowly he said every time during the meal, "Mommy, I don't want to eat meat anymore." Little animals are very cute. I love small animals very much.
Louis loves fruit and vegetables. Grandpa gave him full support and created a loving vegetable garden in his own space.
Whenever he sees vegetables, he wants to eat. So I made use of this place to grow a little. He just tells me the vegetables he likes. Then I'll buy seeds to plant.
这是排骨块，我最喜欢吃的耶。
为什么阿公种这样多菜给你吃的？
因为我说要吃菜，身体好，吃豆豆，长肉肉，吃肉肉不可爱，所以阿公就种菜给我吃。苦瓜炒鸡蛋。喵咪。
He has affected every one of us to become vegetarian. His mother is also a vegetarian now.
Besides not killing animals, being vegetarian is also an environmental friendly move. Louis also loves the earth through his own practice.
我们现在要 爬楼梯。
爬楼梯啊？你家住在哪里？
我家住在36。我们先爬去8楼吧。
是他讲他要爬了。
He said he wanted to climb the stairs. It is definitely impossible for me to climb 36 floors. Occasionally, if he wants to take the stairs, we will accompany him to climb.
到第3楼，到第4楼。我爬不动哦，如果没有人。
Starting by himself, this little child practiced green life with actions step by step.
At 90 years old, Chang Wanghuan still shows amazing physical strength. After participating in Dharma teachings and practice at dawn, she would go to farming in the morning and go to the recycling station after noon. Everyone is friendly with her and admires her spirit and perseverance. Let's take a look.
I am an old neighborhood head. I am so old and I still do this job. I am too old. The neighborhood head has to distribute notice and sometimes I am chased by dogs. They speak Mandarin, I don't understand it. I speak Taiwanese, he understands. Don't spray me, he's very naughty. He's very naughty and cute. I would be so lonely if they are not here.
去吧。
去吧，走。
指下。
哦。你要不要像他一样？
没有。
你要不要像他一样？
Aside from playing with grandchildren, every day she listens to Dharma at dawn.
The TV broadcast is in Taiwanese, which allows me to understand it and recognize the characters, which is very good.
After the Dharma at dawn broadcast, there's work to be done. Fully covered, she rides a bicycle to this vegetable garden, which all belong to this grandma. With flexible hands and feet, the hardship she suffered when she was young gave her a grateful heart.
Some people say it's okay to do it. Don't let others take care of you, which can make you feel uncomfortable.
From farming in the morning, she takes short break at noon as his grandmother travels out on bicycle once again.
We joke that she is so good, she must be made in Japan. The strength in her wrist is still very good, and in terms of recycling classification, she can clearly distinguish different items.
This grandmother, who didn't have the chance to study, was so happy to put on her daughter's bachelor's gown. She raised 5 children. In her old age, enjoys her blessings. She also had hardship as a second daughter committed suicide due to illness.
It hurts me so much. She was very good. That daughter was very good. At that time, I was already with Tzu Chi, which helped me see through it.
She not only gave out her financial resources, but also her time. I feel like she is my own mother. She is very wise.
This grandmother is very durable and has become a model for other seniors lucky enough to encounter her.
As early as the 9th century, animals were used as helpers to heal people with disabilities. Jumping forward 8 centuries, around the 17th century, horse riding was utilized to heal patients with neurological diseases. In this report, let's find out how animals are trained to become helpers of mankind, and witness how THRCT trains horse doctors. We are now doing the final step. After hammering the nail in, the nail will hook onto the horseshoe, and this forms a protective layer for the horse's hooves. So when they wear the horseshoe, they won't feel pain. After some time, the farrier Wu Junda will come to repair horseshoes and trim the horse's hooves. In modern times, there are less people becoming farriers. In Taiwan, there are about 7 farriers only, because it's tiring. As farrier Wu Junda carefully maintains the horseshoe, the horses here are ready to go on an important mission.
Our horse must be gentle and emotionally stable because we take in many children with disabilities. Sometimes they will exhibit actions out of their control, like sudden lying on the horseback during the horse riding.
Every horse at the stable here is a certified horse doctor, as they can assist patients with disabilities in physical rehabilitations. Though to become a horse doctor, there is a criteria to fit in.
The horses cannot be too tall, like Sky here. He is about 140 to 150 centimeters in height, because the horse has to be by the child's side. So we hope that the horse isn't that tall, or if the child falls off from the horse back, it's easier for us to protect the child.
Besides the regular training sessions for horses on a daily basis, workers and coaches at the stable must wake up early to bond with their horses.
早上开始，我们就会整个清理马厩。
In early morning, we will start to clean the stable. Yes, we must clean their rooms, add water, and feed them hay. We will take care of them, especially through brushing. While we do so, we can observe if their body has any issues.
The mental benefits of animal-assisted therapy is quite different from the benefits of traditional medicine. The former method allows patients undergoing long-term physical rehabilitation to walk out of their treatment rooms and interact with horses in order to gain self-confidence.
我们通常是早上会动嘛，就是会。
Normally, I wake up early to walk with the horse. We can do things through the horse riding or training activities. This is to help train the horse muscles or to release its pressure.
让它可以抒发它的压力。
The THRCT is the only hippotherapy foundation in Taiwan, as director Zhang Zhaoyan originally studied at a completely different field.
早期是念美术的。
In the past, I studied art.
人生的一个转折点，然后投入了身障。
Later, because of a turning point in my life, I started to help people with disabilities. Therefore, I came into contact with hippotherapy, and this became my destiny. In foreign countries, hippotherapy centers normally belong to an equestrian club, as the club itself provides funding. But in Taiwan, hippotherapy centers must seek funding themselves.
做所谓的希望马场，其实从
The ranch that we have started in 1998 till now. It has been 22 years. The foundation utilized horses to help others, and this was our mission since the beginning. Horses aren't expensive, yet the expensive part is the effort and time involved with maintenance. Every month, the fees to maintain a horse is expensive, and the association rents stables in order to host horses. Though it has been tough, seeing the smiles on patients recovering, workers felt everything was worth it.
有复健的果效，但是它不是在
Horse riding provides good effects of physical rehabilitation, since patients are recovering their strength in a natural environment instead of a hospital. Friends that visit us comes in with a big smile.
圣诞快乐，平安，对不对？我们是这样子。圣诞快乐，哇，好棒啊！
Even though it's tough, as we have to do anything about it, the greatest achievement is to see a child improving. Even if the improvement is little, I will feel happy.
No matter how advanced technology is, though equipment can help patients recover, these animal doctors bring another layer of warmth to patients in need. The elementary department of the Tzu Chi Senior High School led English courses at a supermarket. The teachers designed tasks as students must communicate using only English. They also have to purchase items while practicing their English speaking abilities. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.